Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. A first down throw coming for Vic. Buying time to his left. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there at 22.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Fourth down, Vic. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. First carry now for Ricky Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he spins past him and into space. And here a juke. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, shifty. Whoa. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 33 and a first. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got it first and goal at the 6. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by Rod Woodson. Trying to get it to Clay that time.
With all the good scouting that goes on in the league, you would think that someone would read a few stats like this one. Rod Woodson holds the NFL record for interception return for touchdowns with 12 in his career. So why do you throw it in his area?
Well, they're just lucky that he didn't return that one for a touchdown. Did get the pick, though. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. Finding room to the 20. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw, Vick. Steps away to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants add on to their lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to...
Oh, and now Vic throwing another interception. Picked up. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. First and 10, Devin Wade drops back. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Elway. That is right at the 10-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He got 29 yards that time. Now it's Elway. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Well, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to it.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ron Woodson with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And he will get in to make it 8-0. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First and 10, Devin Wade back to pass, and it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. That maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
He gets it complete to Harris. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Right back to him on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And they're a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
And that is going to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Giants. DJ Moore, 74 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah,
and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead
and he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Geno Atkins with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And the pressure gets to him again. The last sack, okay, maybe understood. Now back-to-back sacks. What's going on?
Well, maybe a little bit of miscommunication between he and his offensive line. Different cadence, different guy calling it out. Everyone's got to get on the same page, so to speak.
They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Lawrence Taylor in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. spike it here. That was 4th down. So they spike it on 4th down, and they will lose the football. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. A beautiful fake. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first carry for the Hall of Famer, Barry Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know the defenders are getting up off the ground, heaving a sigh of relief. They just held Barry Sanders to a -yard run. But Barry holds the NFL record for most carries for negative yardage. The all-time leader, 1,114 yards lost on his carries. But he balanced it with over 15,000 yards gained when he ran the football.
I think the pros outweigh the cons. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They go play action here on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want to
offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They run with a Hall of Famer, Sanders. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On third down, Elway. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Elway. And open, it's Moss, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And who's got it? The Giants. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Detroit!
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Now Elway on first down. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On first, they'll throw with Elway. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Run!
Throwing again, it's Elway. And he's got his man Hilton. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run through it here with Sanders. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Barry Sanders taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. From the shotgun, Elway. It's caught. And it's 8-0. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, they can catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And New York set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On second down, Elway. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. The career leader in field goals made. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? On the toss, here's Williams. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Ricky Williams, 66 yards. And the Giants are in for 6. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now it's Elway. Looking for Sanders here on the deep. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31. On 1st and 10, Elway. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his...
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll try and throw for it with Elway. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run with Barry Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Elway to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. The busy night continues for Williams. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now a toss left side. It's Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, twisting away. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
All right, here we go. Blue, line it.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Patriot! Leopard! Leopard!
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 14 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run it with Williams. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out here in the eye.
Blue 90. Leopard.
They get it to him running left. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Ricky Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants add on to their lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's Elway. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Elway. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First and 10. Murray being chased out left. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, how about that adrenaline? First play of the game, and we have a catch that we're going to talk about probably the rest of this game and straight into the highlights.
Right out of the gate. What an effort. Throwing on first down. Murray. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Grady Jarrett busting through to get him for a loss of 6. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Off the play fake. Murray. Man open. That's Terrell Owens. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Murray. Now he'll go deep down the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rob Woodson. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, that's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they'll go with the ground attack here. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. What a spin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And they'll run it here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now a pitch out to Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
An automatic Morton Anderson does it again. Knocks another one through the posts. I have to be careful because it's almost boring, you know, just how accurate he is. He knocks another one through.
All-time NFL leading scorer. He's known as the Great Dane because he's from Copenhagen. And I think, Charles, he actually leads 2 different franchises in scoring, does he not?
Well, one time he did. New Orleans Saints, 13 seasons there, still the all-time leading scorer with them. And the Atlanta Falcons, he held that record, but Matt Bryant has since passed him.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
All right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Murray. Here as he's taken down. Ryan Shazier able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Williams. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. Now Elway.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Williams trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. It's Elway. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field, and things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful. Jarvis Landry. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Touchdown, Chicago. Jarvis Landry, 67 yards. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gone, 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 gone.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Elway. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Elway. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He's going to look deep down the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A final shot before break. Murray escaping the pressure right. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. From short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs. That big guy, always a nice.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Giants. Ricky Williams, 59 yards. And the Giants are in for 6. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
To throw is Elway. Pass incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here's Murray, flush to his right. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Murray. It's caught inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Murray. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Randy Moss from 3 yards out, and the Bears are in for 6.
Randy Moss led the league in receiving touchdowns 5 times starting in 1998, the last coming in 2009, and a lot of it to me was not just the natural talent, which was unbelievable, but the determination. Always was upset he wasn't a top 5 selection in the NFL draft. Kept being upset about people passing on him early in the first round. When he finally got to Minnesota, he decided to really establish himself in the NFL and let everyone else know they made a big mistake.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Flex round!
From the gun, Murray. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Giants ready to come out now. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Elway to throw on second. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. Now a give running left. It's Bettis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A carry now for Bettis. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Operating from the gun. Murray eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. From the gun, Murray. Johnson's got it complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. Murray now looking for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Terrell Owens, 26 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.